Ukrainians who have fled Ukraine and are now complaining about potentially being forced to go back to Ukraine is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Imagine that. The same exact Ukrainians who, at the 2014 Euromaidan protests, used to jump around screaming "Moskaliaku na galyaku," which means Muscovite to the guillotine. Same exact Ukrainians who used to jump around, wave Ukrainian flags and scream "Kto не скачет, тот москаль, kto не скачет, тот москаль," which means he who doesn't jump is a Muscovite. He who doesn't jump is a Muscovite. Muscovite to the guillotine. They used to scream "Slava Ukraini, героям слава," right? They used to scream "Slava Ukraini, slava nации, смерть врагам," which means like glory to Ukraine, glory to the nation, and death to the enemies being Muscovites, right? These Ukrainians used to jump around so happily at 2014 Euromaidan, wishing death to the Russians, whom they call Muscovites, saying "send the Russians to the guillotine," saying all these slurs, saying that Russia is so terrible and Ukraine it needs to be a democratic country, it needs to be free, and Russia is so evil, right? Now they all have fled Ukraine because their favorite Poroshenko and Zelensky ruined the country. They all have fled Ukraine and are now complaining in Canada, in America, in like Germany. They're now complaining about potentially being forced to go back to Ukraine, their favorite country that is supposed to be so democratic and so free. Now they're scared to go back. Even though only yesterday they used to jump around saying glory to Ukraine, glory to the nation, death to the enemies, Muscovite to the guillotine. Now you left and you don't want to come back to your amazing country. You were so politically active to put Poroshenko in power, wishing death to all the Russians. But when your Poroshenko and your Zelensky did their thing, did their deeds, you all said, "Oh shit, fuck this," and you left the country, and now you're scared about going back. Then the question is, why were you jumping around at 2014 Euromaidan saying death to the Muscovites? Why did you vote for Poroshenko? Why did you put Poroshenko in power? Why did you put Zelensky in power? You could have avoided the war. You could have avoided everything. And what now? Come on.